What's going on, everybody? Urban-picker.com, redoptionagency.com. Please like, subscribe, and all that stuff so I can make some money and get my track hawk. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Not really any questions, so I'll save that for another one, let those build up more. But just wanted to update that eBay the last 3 days have been popping. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if it all kind of happened. If you watched a couple of my videos ago where I ended all my promoted listings and then I restarted them and then upped the percentage. And ever since I did that, sales have been like crazy. Now, I don't know if that restarted it or there was that one day where it was kind of slow during the day. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or if eBay is just finally, smooth sailings right now, at least this weekend anyway. Let's see, Friday, I got over 600,000 impressions, so that went up, thankfully. My numbers looked almost where they normally are. Promoted was 53% sold, whereas organic was 46% sold. I sold 58 items Friday. So that was looking good. Then yesterday, Saturday, I got 900,000 impressions. So getting back up to that million mark where I like to be. And the numbers were spot on. That day I had 58% promoted sold and 41 organic sold. So that's where I normally see it, the average of the time before all these issues, have been going on. So my promoted yesterday was up 118%. So if doing that changed things, my organic sales went up also. So I don't know if that was how you smack the algorithm a little bit, or if, like I said, eBay got some of the technical bugs out of their system. Today, we're at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm just over 500,000 impressions, so a little less today, but I'm already at 94 items sold. So, been selling some good stuff. I just had a huge sale on cassettes. I've been working on cassettes for the last hour and a half, getting some more stage to put up, and somebody just came in and spent $200 on cassettes. So that was awesome. It looked like China, and I guess he's got a port in Oregon where they're going to, and then I guess they ship them all over in crates or whatever. But so 94 sold. My promoted and organic's going to be a little off because thankfully all those were organically found and not promoted found. So all those, that $200 bungle of cassettes, I didn't have to pay that extra promoted listings for. So that's good because I got, so that's 80% organic sold today so far and 20% promoted. But there's a reason why it's not the normal average. So my organic sold for the day is up 400% because of those cassettes, I guess. So pretty good numbers this weekend, and I'm happy about that. Cassettes, gotta love them. I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to be like the biggest cassette store on eBay, and I kind of ended that thought when it just didn't make sense anymore to sell, $3, $4, and $5 cassettes anymore because of the 5-cent thing, and there's such a slow conversion rate. I ended, probably in 3,000-4,000 cassettes. I guess probably a year ago now. And since they gave us all those free ones, I'm like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to shoot for have the most cassettes up on eBay. So I started looking at other sellers. I'm like, well, maybe that ain't going to happen right now anytime soon because there's an actual seller up there, which is a company, and they got 49,000 cassettes up there. So I can beat it by volume. It's just I'm a one-man crew doing it. So chances are I'm not going to catch up anytime soon. But there was weird because they've got everything. They're using a program, obviously, because they have their own site too. And I'm guessing it just puts it on all of them. But she, the company, puts them all at like $16. So even though they got 49,000 cassettes, they sell less cassettes than I do because they're not pricing them to move. They're just pricing them at one price across the board, which is not really smart, especially in the world of cassettes, because there's, like I said, there's such a slow conversion rate on them that you've got to price them to move, or they will literally sit there for years and nobody will even touch them or send an offer or anything, because there's so many other options out there to buy cassettes on. So if you're getting into cassettes, definitely price them to move. Don't just go with one pricing across the board. Another reason why you don't want to do that either is because if you did that and say you put them all at $9.99, well, chances are you're going to I put up a cassette today that I put $299 on just because it's a rare cassette and there's none anywhere, and the last one sold for like $150. So I just put up for $300 with best offer since I'm the only one out there. So you definitely don't want to give anything away that you don't need to. So hopefully this keeps going on. I'm very curious to see what tomorrow will look like. Being it is the weekend, I kind of got a feeling people are getting more confidence in the economy and everything. Just a theory, I kind of think with, it might be a little too soon for that theory. I was going to say, I know I felt it, so maybe it was more widespread, like being that the president got COVID and they're already talking about he might be out Monday. Kind of gives you the confidence that, well, if we do get it, it's going to be fit. If it's just like a flu now, only you got to go to the hospital to, make sure you're going to be okay. But I think it kind of threw, at least for me, it threw confidence out there that the COVID is not as bad as it's been made out to be. Maybe so, yes, with older, like my dad, he's 84 and I don't want to take him anywhere. So I don't want to test that. But I think it gives them more confidence that it's, you definitely want to mask up so you don't spread it, but it's not an end all to everything. And I got a feeling it's going to really start, because of that situation, that things are really going to start rolling back into play now. And people are just going to take it a little more seriously with the mask and stuff. We'll see. But that's just my thought, my theories, but who knows? I'm just a guy in St. Louis selling stuff on eBay. What do I know? I didn't even graduate them their colleges. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man. So, been in good mood, and just since I kind of took a different, sales helped obviously, but just taking the different mood with, not worrying about the stuff you can't control, like the eBay issues and stuff. You can't control that. What you can control is listing your product and just getting it up there, so that when things do get back to normal, you have a snowstorm of sales. So I think kind of looking at it like that and just forging ahead, and then boom, this weekend just blew up, was kind of awesome. So even if tomorrow all of a sudden jolts back down to nothing, you just got to keep worry about the stuff you can change, and that's growing your inventory. So that's the positive you can take from it all, I guess. So anyway, that is all today. Pretty short video, but cassettes. I love my cassettes. See, I grew up in the 80s, so the cassettes was my main play. My first few albums were vinyl. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over. Then I had, was it Jim Croce, Big Bad John? Like I had a 12-inch of that. I played that over and over again because when it comes to music, I love the story in music. I'm more of a vocal, lyrics and story guy than I am music. I'm pretty much tone deaf. So the music doesn't really, if it's got a good groove and a good hook, I'm in. And if it's got a good story, I'm in. So Cassettes was really my thing. The first cassette I ever bought was the Footloose soundtrack because of the Quiet Riot song. When I got the cassette and got home, the Quiet Riot song was not even on the cassette. So that was a bummer. But then after that's when I started getting stuff like Motley Crue, Livewire, or the Too Fast for Love album, and just, I don't even remember what else I got. Me and a friend of mine that I grew up with, Steve, you see him in some of the Rewound 90s videos. I remember this one time where we just had a bunch of cash. We did a bunch of work for people around the neighborhood or something. We had a bunch of cash for, I think he had some birthday cash and stuff like that. We went down to, like, I think it was Peaches at the time. Well, no, maybe it was Sound Warehouse at the time on Hampton and Gravois, or Hampton and Chippewa if you're here in St. Louis. Place where I actually started working in 93, but this was prior to 93, several years prior. Went down there and bought a whole bunch of cassettes, and Motley Crue was probably the main one that we both got a lot of, and Kiss and Black Sabbath, and just a bunch of different cassettes for our first lot of cassette buys. So I love me some cassettes. So I'm going to keep going on these cassettes. I've got about 100 in draft right now, waiting to go live. I listed a whole bunch today, a whole bunch of items today, maybe a couple of 100 items today, including hats, but then a lot of women's clothes, a lot of shoes, and purses. So get back on the cassettes. I'm going to keep going on cassettes through the end of the night, see how many I can get in my draft, and then probably work on some shoes tomorrow, maybe some hats tomorrow. So fun. God, how can... You gotta love doing, when you're making money doing what you love, man. There's nothing like it. Nothing freaking like it. It's a beautiful thing. Hope everybody's having a good weekend out there. And that is all. So please like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you on the next video.